All right. Okay, boys and girls, you're in luck. It's time to stop dwelling on the past and look ahead, because the future's so bright, I'm about to put on Stevie Wonder's shades. Coming up next on the Black and Gold Today. Welcome to the Black and Gold Today, sponsored by Cadillac of New Orleans. I'm Jim Derry. Well, it appears as if my shades have disappeared, and I can't even find my rose-colored glasses. Sorry to disappoint all of you. Doesn't mean we won't look ahead to everyone's least favorite birds, and that's the Atlanta Falcons. And in to help us today with the Pick Six segment, let's turn to Saints beat writer Catherine Terrell. Catherine, the one thing we have going for us is that it can't get any worse, right?
I don't know. Are you sure you want me to answer that question?
Never mind. Don't answer. Let's just go right to the Pick Six. Julio Jones is coming to town. For the Pick Six, let's listen to some short clips, and then we'll get your take. Number one, we'll start with the captain. Here's Drew Brees and what he said about being successful in prime time.
Well, we're always playing good teams. There always seems to be a lot on the line. I mean, I guess if you're going to save your best for something, it's good to save it for that. But I mean, I think I'd like to say we've been pretty consistent, whether it's prime time or not, at home, with the exception of, unfortunately the recent past here. But we're hoping to get that changed very quick.
So does that still apply despite the dreadful start and poor showing last week?
I think it doesn't. I think that every game is different. I don't know that prime time means anything other than prime time at this point. The Saints have to prove that they can win and win consistently, and they haven't been able to do that. That's not very positive, but that's where they are right now, and you just never know what you're going to get from week to week from this team, whether they're playing the Falcons, playing at 7 p.m., or playing at noon.
You're just begging for hate mail, aren't you?
I've already gotten it this week. That's okay, though. Next
up, Zach Streif.
When you play on prime time, when you play in a national game, everyone that helped you get here is watching. Every coach that you had growing up, every neighbor that took care of you on the weekends, every aunt and uncle that came to your high school games when you weren't very good, all those people are watching.
So does that mean no one's watching any other time? I mean, couldn't they just pretend important people are watching the other 12 games or so?
They love to say that. And then last year they went to Dallas in prime time and lost very badly.
Yeah.
But I can't explain why they've been so successful in prime time for the most part. It's kind of unexplainable. They've had some great games, and they even got their first win against Dallas this year in prime time. Although it's definitely not like it was a year or two ago when they were setting records for first downs and offense and things like that. But for some reason, the Saints, more often than not, have shown up in prime time.
Maybe it's the crowd's liquid refreshment just flowing through the players.
That might help, just like LSU plays better at night.
Right. Number three, more Zach Streif on the rivalry between the Saints and Falcons.
The rivalry comes from seeing the same guy twice a year, every year. And I don't know that in the locker room it feels any different than it does against the Bucs or the Panthers. I think that there's a city rivalry that's pretty strong between Atlanta and New Orleans. The fans seem to not like each other more than other places.
It sounds about right, but I don't know if I buy that it's bigger for the fans. I mean, especially for guys like Streif who have been around for a long time. Do you buy that?
For the fans, yeah, I actually do.
I mean, for the players too.
I think that maybe it used to be. They used to get really into it. This year it's been kind of muted, obviously. Yeah. I mean, they can't sit there and trash talk the Falcons when Falcons are undefeated and they started like they did. But I will say that for the fans, I think that if they went 3-13 this year and 2 of their games were wins against the Falcons, it would be they would be a lot happier than 3-13 and losing to the Falcons. Fans just want to beat each other. That's just how it's been.
Sounds like LSU and Alabama. Back to Brees with the understatement of the year.
I mean, I don't think we're playing as well offensively as I know we can. I don't think we're playing as well as a team as I know we can. So I think it's just kind of, finding our identity a little bit, finding our mojo, get this thing rolling.
In all seriousness, fans have been all over the place with this team already this season. Any chance if they can find a way to get it together this week, they could start some sort of roll?
I don't know. I think that
Put
First
your
of all,
positive
I've been
cap
doing
on
some-
for just a minute. Your happy cap.
Okay, well, if you want a positive stat, home teams usually have the advantage in these short week games, and the Saints have historically, since Sean Payton has been here, have beaten the Falcons. At one point, the record was crazy. Like, they'd beaten them like 12-2 or something. I don't know what that record is anymore. The Saints have done well against the Falcons the last few years, but I'm not going to predict the Saints to do anything until they prove it to me.
I didn't expect you would. Before I let you go, I know it's been a short week for you. What's it been like for the players? What kind of schedule have they been on this week?
Everything's pretty much crammed into one day. Tuesday, for the media, we had everybody talking on the same day. Monday, the players had off, and Tuesday was their only practice. So really, it was a light practice, just in shorts. No really hard hitting and this week because they're trying to get through with all their injuries and things like that. But really, a light week, and then you kind of hope for the best on Thursday. That's how these Thursday night games go.
You looking forward to a weekend off?
Weekend off. I was trying to think of actually get one, but yes, LSU plays Florida this weekend, so
we're going to do a show Saturday and Sunday. I was going to have you on.
Oh well, I can certainly come on Sunday. I always want to come on with you.
No, I meant Saturday and Sunday. That's what we're going to do. We're going to hang out and do shows. No,
we'll do it from Tiger Stadium.
All right, that was such a fantastic segment. We're going to leave the fans clamoring for more and end it there. Hey, thanks to you in the Dome tomorrow night.
All right.
We'll be right back with Wednesday's Extra Point after this.
What's one of the nicest things that comes with your new Cadillac from Cadillac of New Orleans? 0% interest.
Get 0% interest on all new Cadillacs, now at Cadillac of New Orleans. New owners, new attitude, on Lime Street in Rye in Metairie.
For today's Extra Point, we point out that the Saints enter Thursday's game in the rare scenario of being an underdog at home, as the bookmakers in Las Vegas are giving the boys in black and gold anywhere from 3 to 4.5 points. You think it's enough? In fact, in games coached by Sean Payton, the Saints haven't been home dogs since December 28, 2008, when they were getting 1.5 points and lost by 2 to the Carolina Panthers. Only once with Payton on the sideline has New Orleans been an underdog in the Dome to Atlanta. That was September 25, 2006. Just about every hoot-at on the planet knows what happened in that one. Saints 23, Dirty Birds 3. Thanks, Steve Gleason. And overall, of the 50 home games Payton has coached, the Saints have been favored in all but 5 of those. Their record in those 5 games, 3-2. So you're saying there's a chance. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Come back for our Thursday morning edition of the Black and Gold Today, as Larry Holt and I will bust out our alarm clocks and get you set with our fascinating predictions. Until then, make sure to vote in today's poll, and hey, call your mama. She wants to vote too. See y'all tomorrow, my friends.